I do not want to make $1 million at the expense of my sanity. Not having enough money is not really a money issue, it's a time issue. Realizing that making money isn't hard just made me even more distracted. What's up, beautiful people? Today's chit chat, I'm talking about how making money is not hard, but deciding which money is worth your time is. Okay, so think of this as a little love letter to all of the creators who have all of these ideas, talent, streams of income brewing, but still not really enough to show for it. This is really for you if you feel the pressure to constantly do everything and you see all of these opportunities to make money and you dibble and dabble in all these different things without giving one thing a true chance. So let me back things up and start with this story because about 1.5 years ago, I was at a creator meetup. I was talking to all the other content creators. They're telling me about their brand deals and their products and all the things that they're doing and all the amazing businesses and stuff they got going on, okay? But one particular conversation really piqued my interest because one of the creators was telling me how she does crazy numbers with affiliate marketing. Now, on average, she told me she typically makes around $13,000 per month from affiliate marketing. So this is her creating content, whether it's fashion, home, decor, all of that. And she shares the links with her community. And when people click or purchase on those links, she makes money. So affiliate marketing has never been one of my top revenue streams. It has always kind of been bottom of the totem pole. Transparently speaking, I think on a higher end month, I'm making $2,000 to $3,000 a month from affiliate marketing, which is still good, but it's a very low effort stream that I don't prioritize because I am prioritizing my membership club, courses, my top 3 notebook, digital products, like all of those things take precedence. So once she said she makes about $13K a month, I said, wait a minute, what? What do you mean? And she made it seem so simple for me to jump in and to get going with this thing. She's like, Erin, your audience is even bigger than mine. If I can make 13,000, like imagine what you can make. Like you can make so much money. There are girls who are making $50,000, $60,000 a month from affiliate marketing. And so, of course, my interest is through the roof. So I get home and I hit the ground running, okay? I tell my husband, I said, babe, we about to amp it up with this affiliate marketing. I start posting affiliate stuff. Things are going great. I'm getting great results. And we sit down, have a finance meeting about, for the quarter. And I realized that, yes, I saw a big uptick in my affiliate marketing revenue. However, I saw a downtick, if that's a word, in my other revenue streams because I had then shifted my focus and was spending so much time trying to succeed with the affiliate marketing that I wasn't maintaining all that it took to keep the other revenue streams where they were or even growing. So I had this epiphany that no, making money is not hard. Exchanging your time for money is hard. You will always feel like you don't have enough money because time is limited. So not having enough money is not really a money issue. It's a time issue if you're exchanging time for money. And once I realized that, yes, being an affiliate marketer is relatively easy in the sense that like I'm posting just as I would post anything else, it still made me realize how much effort and energy that it takes to actually grow that revenue stream. And so once I had this epiphany, like, oh my gosh, this actually isn't that hard. Like I could be doing this more. Realizing that making money isn't hard was not the epiphany that actually made a huge difference because that just made me even more distracted. That just made me want to dabble into even more things that were quote unquote easy ways to make money. And it took my focus away from things that are actually going to help me build wealth. And that's the difference. Like, yes, I want to make a good amount of money. Yes, I want to be a multimillionaire. but it's not at the expense of being exhausted, being worn out, being, not enjoying what I'm doing things just for the sake of doing them and making money. I want to make money that builds wealth, has longevity, and by no means am I saying that affiliate marketing doesn't do that. All I'm saying is it is very easy to get distracted by all the noise and chatter on how to make money that we see all the time. So that leads me to my second point, which is you have to choose which money is worth your time and then focus in on that. Now, I oftentimes, when I really had this epiphany, because yes, money is not hard, it's more about the fact that most of us have decision paralysis where we overanalyze. There are so many things thrown at us. We have all these different options and then we can't make a decision. So we want to do them all and we just end up really not seeing any progress with anything because we're focused on trying to do everything. And I kind of feel like that's a big reason why I'm not a multimillionaire yet, is because I started with my membership club, that took off, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should make a course because everybody's making courses and courses are the thing right now. So then I deviated attention and created a course. And then after I made the course, I'm like, well, maybe I should, then I started taking more brand deals and that takes a lot of time and energy. And then you start your own product and that takes a lot of time and energy. And now I've got like 4 big pots that I need to constantly be stirring and checking on and making sure they're not burning or, I have to constantly, I'm like cooking everything at the same time. And instead of just letting one dish finish and enjoying that meal and eating that and focusing on making the best pot roast. I don't even eat pot roast. Instead of making the best macaroni and cheese and focusing on making sure that that's good and done and ready to serve. Now I've started the macaroni. Now I got to start on the yams. Then I'm starting on the greens. Then I'm starting on the dressing. And I'm trying to simultaneously cook all of these things with 2 hands all at one time. And it's very difficult to see any progress when you're dabbling in all of these different pots at once. And so now I'm at a point where I am realizing how important it is to just scale back, to simplify, and to really focus in on what matters the most and what your legacy long-term wants to be. Now, I am all for like having those scrappy years early on where you're like, I'm trying it. There's nothing wrong with trying things to figure out what you like. But I think once you've kind of narrowed in on like where you want your life to go, what you want to be spending your time doing, being honest with yourself about how you're currently spending your time. And these are things that I have reflected on, on my own. And it's like, well, why are we still adding things that don't align with that? Why are we still living with a struggle mentality and not an abundance mindset? Because you feel like if I don't go chase this little dollar, like it's never going to come to me. If I don't go, if I don't take advantage of this right now, then it won't be for me. And I am really learning to unravel those thoughts because that is not what makes you rich. That's not what makes you wealthy. And I have been doing that for a while now. And yes, we live a great, comfortable life, but it's not the ultimate life that I envision for us. And so I am so happy that I have kind of freed myself from feeling like I need to take advantage of every little thing. Just because you have a big audience doesn't mean you've got to do 7 different things that everyone else who has a big audience is doing. Because I guarantee you, there is somebody who's going to say, oh, you should start a faceless YouTube channel because my faceless YouTube channel makes $17,000 a month. And then there's another, you can click another video and someone else is going to say, you should start a product business because my product business makes $40,000 a month. And then someone else is going to have a, AI company. And then someone else is going to have a YouTube channel whose ads do that amount of money in a month. And so you have to really, I had to really sit with myself and say, what do you want? Because the money is there, regardless of what you decide you want to do, you have to figure out which way making money makes the most sense for you so that it is a sustainable way of making money. I do not want to make $1 million at the expense of my sanity, at the expense of my health, at the expense of my marriage, at the expense of motherhood, at the expense of joy and peace and happiness. Like, I don't want to make $1 million where I have to sacrifice all of my sense of joy for money. Like, it's just not worth it to me. And so I made this $1 million plan, and it basically is a little circle graph. I'm not crying, my eyes just water a lot. A little circle graph of how I plan to spend my energy over this millionaire year that I am trucking through. So the first way is with products. I'm putting half of my energy into that. The second way is with predictable low maintenance income. So this is like Substack, my newsletter. Like, I really want to build that out into something really, really, really powerful for entrepreneurs, for go-getters, for just women who are excited to grow through life. And I am going to be monetizing, where I already am monetizing, my newsletter. And I just think it's a really smart thing to do right now in today's economy because, baby, the way social media's landscape is changing so fast. The fact that you can have a newsletter and you can make money off of that newsletter is like second to none right now. So definitely predictable low maintenance income. And this also includes like digital products that I may make. I'm currently doing a series on Instagram called So You Want to Be a Full-Time Content Creator. So I've been considering making a digital product for that. I'm also considering doing a webinar for that, which I would turn into a low maintenance digital product. So it's kind of like after the webinar is over, then, we can sell that as its own digital product. And that can just make residual income. And then also just personal brand stuff. So brand deals, all of my personal branding things would be the other part that I'm focused on. So I just kind of want to remind you not to let your own creativity distract you. I know for me, I am very scatterbrained. I call myself a type B plus. I am definitely not type A. I am way more in the creative side, way more spur of the moment, sporadic, unorganized. I have to force myself to channel that organized, very like systematic part of myself. Like, that doesn't come naturally to me. And so I just challenge you to think about, what if your creativity is actually a distraction to your success? What if you're spending so much time putting all of your ideas into motion that everything is stagnant? Like, what if you doubled down and put your focus into growing one thing? And that does not mean that you cannot grow a whole bunch of other stuff. That just means, like, what if you just focused on this one thing right now? Where would it be? What could it be right now? If you thought about something you started, we all have something that we started like a year or two ago. And we're like, dang, if I had just kept going with that, like, imagine how big it could have been. But instead, I shifted my focus about 5-10 different times. And now the thing hasn't grown because you haven't been consistently watering it. And so I actually did an exercise where I wrote down all of my energizers and all of my drainers. And the energizers are the tasks that give me energy. And then the drainers are the tasks that suck my energy. And my goal is to be doing only energizing tasks and to delegating all the tasks that drain me. And so sit down with yourself. Write down the energizers that you have. Write down the drainers. Are the drainers things that you can use AI for? Like, honestly, let's be clear. Like, if you hate outlining videos, maybe you put a really strong prompt into ChatGPT and work with it to help you outline your videos. Like, baby, that's what I be doing for some of my content. If there are things that drain your energy and you don't have the resources to outsource and pay for editors or pay for a financial manager or pay for a housekeeper, like, what can you do to put things in place so that Maybe you just need better systems in your life so that your house doesn't get so junky. There's a way that you can maintain it so that way you are looking out for your future self and not feeling so overwhelmed. So I just encourage you to write down your energizers and your drainers and to really try to think about how you can delegate things so that way you have more clarity. You have more clarity to do the things and focus on the things that are worth your time that will help you build more wealth. And so making money is not hard. I think that is step one. That is just step one, is to rewiring our brains, at least for me. That was step one for me, to rewire my thought process of realizing that making money is not hard. But once I did that, I realized that there was more work to be done in knowing that now I have to decide which money is worth my time. And that can be the difficult part when you're so creative and you have all these ideas and you want to put them all in motion and you're so pumped up about them. And then and then someone else gets you pumped up about something else, and now you're putting your energy into that, and now you're adding all these things to your plate, and then one day you take a step back and you're like, oh my God, how did I get here? Like, I'm not even enjoying what I'm doing anymore. And that is where we don't want to be. And that's why we're seeing so many creators get burnt out. They want to quit social media. They don't, they're in over their heads because a lot of times things fall into our laps and we're just simply not ready for them. We're just simply not ready for them. And God will place things on our hearts and desires in our hearts. And that doesn't always mean that it's time to execute them immediately. That doesn't mean that we are even prepared for what that responsibility takes to maintain. I hope this video encourages you to think about where your focus is going. Where focus goes, energy flows. And so let's try to focus more. Let's try to be less distracted. Let's write the good ideas down and prioritize which ones make the most sense. Which one makes the most sense to pursue? Let's pursue it for a year straight. Let's see where it gets us. Let's not focus on a million things at one time. Let's realize that good ideas are just that. They're great ideas. But if you don't execute on them, then nothing's going to come from it. And you don't have to execute on all of them at one time. So write the idea down, but realize that you don't have to pressure yourself to go after it right away. Stay focused on the main thing. Pick your North Star and follow it. And I promise you, more opportunities will open up as you're ready for them. Okay. All right, you guys. I love you. I hope this video was encouraging. If you love this, please go follow my Substack. I actually wrote this as a blog post. I used my blog post as an outline because this was actually a blog post. I mean, I added a little razzle dazzle in here. Of course, y'all know video is like my bread and butter. But I actually wrote this blog post back in October. It's one of my most popular blog posts. I've gotten hundreds of new subscribers on Substack from this specific blog post. And I'm like, why haven't I done a YouTube video on this? Like, I really need to bring this to YouTube. And so if you are interested in following me on Substack, that is where my newsletter is. I post about once a week. I'm trying to up it. And, we're going to have so much fun over there. I'm just really excited for growing such a bomb community over on Substack. So if you're interested in following my newsletter and also just kind of getting a peek of what a paid newsletter setup looks like just go take a peek, go be nosy. You ain't even got to subscribe, okay? This is where things are going, you guys, especially with the landscape of social media changing. I'm going to be doing a whole nother video on that. I'm probably going to record it right after I finish this one. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.